on this topic, I really wanted to get your views on the magical wave of AI. What's your take on that?
You use the perfect word magical, right? AI is not a trend. It is a fundamental shift that is revolutionizing industries, right? It's empowering innovations. It is deeply personalizing, experiences, right? And right now, AI has become a part of our lives, right? So we all know that, every industry, right, whether it is medical, whether it's healthcare for that matter, whether it's education or whether it is, manufacturing, they are, in every industry, AI is unlocking, efficiencies, and it's enabling smarter decision making, right? And on a magical scale, on a massive scale rather, and at an exponential pace, right? So, in fact, there are a lot of stats that float around, and one of the stats says that by 2030 or 2030 rather, AI would contribute to more than $15 trillion to the global economy, right? So that's the scale we are talking about, right? But what happens is that, this, then it raises a concern, around dependency, right? It raises a concern on, the need to balance between, let's say, intellectual engagement and convenience, right? But AI also has, in addition to that, broader concerns, which we all know of, right? Like we know that AI tools are black boxes. No one knows most of the people rather don't know what's going behind it, right? We know that, ownership of data, questions around it, questions around privacy of data, of personal information rather, questions around job displacement, all these are unresolved, right? So as per my view, though AI is magical, right, but we need to harness it responsibly, right? It has to be a tool to empower people, right? Education systems have to teach children that use it as a tool, not as a crutch, right? Organizations have to adopt it very in a transparent way, right? And similarly, government have to regulate it, to protect privacy, right? And in all these things, I feel that women also play a very important role because women leaders have a very unique perspective, right? Which can actually shape the way AI, serves the humanity in the best possible way. As in, they can actually influence, how AI can serve the humanity in a better way, right? So, as per me, AI is magical, of course, but its true potential lies in how responsibly and how inclusively we use it or harness it.
Rinku, I absolutely agree with you. AI has today become such a utility. It's fundamental to all that we do. And if you see, 50% of our population is women, and 36% of that is the tech workforce, right? So today you have women who are using this technology, who are using digital in all that we are doing, and for sure contribute to shaping our economy, our thinking, and the usage as well. I just wanted to understand your perspectives. Is it a high time for women leaders to now come in, join forces, and bring in their more diverse and human-centric thinking in all that we do as part of tech?
Absolutely, because look, the need for women to join forces have always been there, right? For example, let's say that any analysis done on gender at work, right, have shown that gender diversity is not about fairness. It's not a matter of fairness. It is more, business imperative, right? Like there are reports by, McKinsey which says that, companies which are in the top quartile of board gender diversity, they financially outperform companies which are in the bottom quartile, right? So there's always been a need for women to join forces. But now what's happened is that this urgency has got amplified and intensified. And the reason is because, businesses are rapidly adopting, as you said, digital tech, right? to transform operations. They are adopting to enhance customer experience, as well as to, even gain a competitive edge, right? Organizations are, kind of depending heavily on, rather relying heavily on data, to make real-time smart decisions, right? So this entire world, for that matter, is being, let's say, shaped by technology and AI at a very, very exponential, rather, pace, right? So now when, and whatever decisions, we need to understand this, that the decisions that we take now will actually, define the future of the future, let's say, digital landscape, right, in the decades to come, right? So therefore, it is absolutely important that the women join the forces now, right? And why? Because A, they are half the population. B, they're half the consumer base, right? They are an equal stakeholder in the future of a society, right? And also, as you said, it is also important because women also have a very unique perspective. Women leaders have a very unique perspective. They understand nuanced behaviors, right? Which can actually help the business design, far more empathetic and, let's say, human-centric solutions, right? So now, as the world is adopting more and more, digital, let's say, tech, as you said, right? It is, and if we want the tech to be, let's say, inclusive, representative, free from the entrenched biases that have been existing in the past, right? It is absolutely essential that, and urgent that the women join and participate at all levels in the decision making now.